Hello everyone, so today we'll be going over another list of 10 underrated mods, this time version 1.16 for Forge. Now the first 6 mods will be for 1.16.3 and then later 4 will be for 1.16.1 only. So without further ado, let's get started on this video. Alright, so the first mod we have is more living things. So this mod adds a bunch of living things into Minecraft. Most of them are passive mobs I think, or neutral mobs. So the good thing about this mod is that they incorporated partially, I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know why it's a block of untextured stuff, I think they'll fix that soon. So yeah, the book contains a lot of information about these mobs, like how you breed them. I think you cannot tame any of these at the moment, so I'll just show you guys how they look like first. Oh, I'll spawn you in the water later on. So yeah, for most of the mobs they have custom sounds, which I really like. And I really like how the giraffes look at you, like the neck's actually 12. This mod also adds a bunch of new items into the game, but unfortunately, like most new mods, there aren't too much. So I hope they will add more features into these mobs because there are a lot of potentials. Alright, so the next mod we have is Callable Horses. Now I really love this mod because it really reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima, which is a game about samurai. In that game, if you want to call your horse, you just need to whistle and then the horse will come to you, and I think that's really cool. I really like how the design of this is basically similar. So basically, firstly you need a horse and then you ride it, and then you press P. And this is now your personal horse. Alright, so when you got that set up, all you have to do is press V, and then the horse will come to you. I think this is really cool, and if I have that mod in my Ghost of Tsushima video, I wouldn't need my girlfriend to use the invisible potion and then come to me with the horse. It was so stupid. Anyway, if you're very far away, the horse will teleport to you, so maybe here will be a reasonable distance. Yeah, so it'll just teleport to you. I think it would be better if it just teleport behind you, but for now it's still really cool. I really like the visual sound as well. And also, oh, you can check the status of your horse by clicking K. Alright, so the next mod we have is Swat Display. This is a really simple mod that lets you display your sword on, these are the pedestals. So it's really easy to craft and it's really to use. Basically, you just right click to put your sword there and you can flip it around with right click. You can use different materials to holster your sword. For example, you can use wood or diamond, etc. If you do choose to use diamond, the recipe is quite expensive, so I recommend to use wood because it's quite cheap. So as you can see here, if you use diamond, it's gonna be a bit more expensive. So here is basically the same thing but with glass. The recipe is quite simple, it's basically the same recipe with glass pane on top of it. So yeah, it's really a nice little mod that lets you show off your collection, I guess. Alright, so the next mod we have is Weapon Throw. Now this mod adds a very simple mechanic into the game, which is allowing you to throw your weapons and tools. What you need to do is, by default you hold Alt and Q, and if you hold it longer you'll be able to charge it so you can throw it for longer. So after you throw it, usually it won't stay in the inventory, but I'm in creative mode so it will stay here. And it will get stuck on the block that it is in, and you just go ahead and pick it up like this. It's quite an interesting mechanic, and the more interesting fact about this mod is that if you want to throw this at the block that the item can break, for example the shovel can break dirt, it's going to break the dirt and then come back to you. So yeah, it's really interesting, and it also adds a list of different enchantments. For example, the throw enchantment lets you do more damage when you're throwing. The grounded edge gives your opponent weakness when you throw it at them. Concussion makes them weak or slower and have nausea. Gravity is a rather strange enchantment. It basically makes the gravity not affect the throwing mechanic so that it just flies across the map. This is quite buggy at the moment, and I don't recommend using this because you cannot throw it anywhere besides this level. And the last one is not exactly an enchantment added into this mod, but loyalty actually works on all of these weapons. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Another interesting fact to note is that Swat can throw much further than the other tools, so it's a much more viable option to throw your Swat than to throw your axe. Alright, so next mod we have is Guns Without Roses. Now this mod adds a bunch of new guns into the game that are, I think, inspired by Terraria. So you have different kinds of bullets, different types of guns, for example the iron gun and gold gun. They are just very simple guns that you can shoot once, and it's nice that they have cooldown so you cannot spam it. So the gold gun is a bit less durable, but you can enchant it easier. There are a couple of enchantments added into this mod also, which I will not go through here. So we have the shotgun, which fires a bunch of bullets at a time, like so. And then we have the sniper gun, which I don't want to shoot you. I don't really have anything to shoot at.
Oh, fuck you, faggot.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I hope they can add some scoping features into this mod, because I really like the textures of these guns. I think they fit really well into Minecraft, and it's just a nice alternative to bows and crossbows. And then lastly we have the Gatling. It's basically a machine gun. It doesn't have high accuracy, but it fires like a truck. And then we have the bullets, so it's quite easy to craft these, I think. I think the iron ones are actually easier to craft than the flint ones, because flints are really hard to find. But the blaze bullet is really hard to make also. And then after that we have the Maws of Gluttony, which uses hunger as ammo, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, it's a very interesting mod that lets you shoot at villagers. Alright, so next mod we have is Arsenal Expansion. This mod basically adds a bunch of new items into the game that can be crafted with vanilla recipes. The thing that I like most about this mod is that most of the items actually fit quite well into vanilla Minecraft. For example, the daggers, or emerald daggers like so. It's quite easy to craft, and well, not actually easy to craft, but it's quite interesting to have these in hand. So yeah, this mod also adds a bunch of new food and consumables into the game. For example, the emerald apple, which can be crafted like this, the water apple, the sweet berry jam. So each one of them will have different abilities. And then there's also the Dagger of Swiftness, which can be crafted like so. It's quite an easy recipe, and it allows you to move so much quicker, and you can jump 2 blocks. Yeah, so it's quite an awesome mod, and I recommend you guys checking it out. The next mod we have is quite a simple mod called the Lurker. It basically adds a new creature into the game, which is called the Lurker, and it has a couple of different abilities. So it usually just walks at you, but they have the ability to teleport and also clone themselves. So you never know if you're actually done with this guy. So it's quite dangerous if you fight him for a while. So yeah, good mod to add a little bit of challenge into your game. Alright, so next mod we have is Minibloom. This mod is also a very simple mod that adds Minibloom into the game. It's basically a very cute cow, or little cow that spawns in Flower Forest, and they look like this. So yeah, they look really cute, and as you can see, it's having some buttercup on its body, and it rarely spawns the buttercups when he's walking around the forest, and the buttercup will spawn behind them. On the Curse Forge page, it says that the buttercup will actually give you regeneration when you step on it, but for now I don't see that effect. Maybe it's a bug, or maybe I'm doing something stupid. But anyway, it's a really cool mod, and the mod author says they're planning a lot more for the Minibloom, for example letting you tame them, or adding a bit more interactions with this little guy. So yeah, looking forward to it, and hope this mod gets updated soon. Alright, so next mod we have is Spider 2.0. Now this is one of the coolest mods that I've seen so far. It basically allows spiders to actually go wherever they want and climb wherever they want. So let's say you're standing on this treetop. Usually the spiders won't be able to get to you because they will be stuck here. But now the spiders will be able to climb any place they want, whether they be vertical or horizontally. This makes survival so much more interesting, and maybe I'll show you guys how they will act when they see you on a treetop. Alright, so the last mod on the list is Endorite. This mod basically provides so much content into the end that makes the end actually worth exploring instead of just a place to defeat the Ender Dragon and get the Nitra. So you'll find these ores and these stones scattered over the end, and you'll be able to find so many new ingredients and mobs that you can encounter to craft some new weapons. So I'll just show some of the mobs here. So I don't know why, but these guys tend to fight among themselves. I think the most important part about this mod is that it adds Endorite armor or items into the game that basically enhances or gives you an upgrade to Netherite. So you have something else to do after you get the Netherite, which is to obtain the Endorite, and it's quite balanced. It's basically using the same recipe as Netherite. You need a smithing table to craft this one, and before you use the smithing table you need to make the hardened Endorite ingots from the Endorite ingots. There are a couple of steps that you need to do before you can obtain this armor. So yeah, I think this is a really cool mod, and I think it's basically vanilla enhancing mod. Alright, so that's basically the end of the video. Me and my girlfriend are planning to make a modded Minecraft Let's Play for 1.16 version. I know there are already abundant amount of Minecraft Let's Play, but I swear that this one will be somewhat different. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy the content by then, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.